our final contestant, Sergeant Andrew Winters. Andrew is an instructor for the ROTC and was transferred to Cincinnati only 5 months ago. He says he's never won anything in his life until he came to the Buckeye State.
And each contestant has a home partner. Their names were drawn from our drum full of entry tickets after our finalists were picked.
This way you have a second chance to win because our grand prize winner's home partner wins $500. And here's Jim Pidcock to tell us who those home partners are. Jim?
Playing along with Robin is Barbara Rogers of Akron, with Glenn Len of Majersic of Madison, with Andy, S.E. Jeffrey of University Heights, with Edna, Fern Charrington of Zanesville. Along with Len is Tim Rhodes of Preston, with Nikki, Bob Foster of Kent, and playing along with Andrew is Ted Pinus of Cuyahoga Falls.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back right after these messages.
Is a mud clean really worth it? Mud mask or new mud scrubbing mask. For a deep clean or a smooth polished clean, nothing feels cleaner than mud.
My period isn't the problem. It's the period before my period. So I take Preemsen PMS to relieve bloating, pain, irritability, moodiness. So I'm my old sweet self again. Preemsen PMS for the period before your period.
Hi, I'm Lee Jordan. You're invited to join us for a very special morning exchange. It's Tuesday, September 13th at the Summit Mall in Akron. Our guests include Mary Hart from Entertainment Tonight, Bob Golick, and Lee Johnson from the Cleveland Browns. Bob Woods, the talented and handsome actor who plays Bo Buchanan on One Life to Live, and many more. It's all to celebrate the kickoff of the Akron United Way Fund. Doors open at 7 a.m. There will be plenty of great seats, so come on down to the Summit Mall Tuesday, September 13th. We hope to see you there.
Some nerve. The country recipe people wanted my Governor's Inn pasta salad recipe. I said only if they use big, fresh country vegetables, like I do.
Fat chance. Introducing new country recipe brand garden pasta salads with crispy vegetables. No soggy little bits like many pasta salads. Country recipe has big, crispy vegetables. See? With fancy pasta and dressing, a crunch of freshness in every bite.
Like mine.
New country recipe salads inspired by the finest inns.
Welcome back. Here's how we play Cash Explosion.
The object is to be the first one to reach the top of the game board and to land exactly in the green for $50,000.
Each player starts with $1,000, and for each square they move up or down the board, we'll either add $100 to their totals or we'll take away $100. And if a minus card puts a player back to square one, that player's out of the game but still receives $1,000.
And in every lane there's a secret bonus square, and the first two players to land directly on them could win a brand new car.
Okay, let's get going. We begin round one with player number one, and that's Robin Melton of North Canton. Welcome, Robin. You have an anniversary coming up this week, I hear?
Yes, I do.
And did your husband, Jesse, did he say, swapping anniversary gifts, you'd give him something great?
Yeah, I don't want to say too much.
Oh, that's right. We can't spoil it, can we?
No.
Okay. Robin, choose your first card in round one and get you on the board. Select and a 2. 2 squares and $200. You're off to a good start. Player 2 is Glenn Ensweiler of Fort Wright, Kentucky. And Glenn, you also have a wedding anniversary coming up.
Coming up September the 20th.
Okay, so for your wife, the hints may have been dropped for furs, diamonds.
They're getting bigger as the week goes on.
I'll bet they are. Well, Glenn, pick your first card in round one for us. And Glenn with a 2. Coming up 2s here. 2 squares and $200. Player number 3 is Andrew Goglin of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome, Andy.
Thank you.
Andy would like to say hello to your friends at Trump's.
At Trump's, where I work at the bar, yeah.
It's a bar, okay?
It's a nightclub bar.
I didn't think it was something that Donald Trump built,
no.
Andy, to be honest with you. Okay, Andy, choose your first card in round one, and Andy with a 2. All 2 so far. 2 squares and $200. Player number 4 is Edna Wallace of East Cleveland, and Edna says if she wins tonight's jackpot, she'll take herself on a vacation.
Yes.
That's a good idea. Now, where are you going to go, Edna?
To Hawaii.
To Hawaii.
Hawaii.
You ready for a luau, that sort of thing?
Pardon?
Ready for a luau?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I am.
Okay, Edna, I can tell.
Yes.
Choose your first card in round one for us, Edna. And Edna with a -1.
-1.
That's the time to get a minus card because you can't go off the board. You're just going to stay right there at square one. Up to our top row now, and player 5 is Linda Barksdale of Cincinnati. And I've heard through the cash explosion grapevine here, Lynn, that you're a fan of Bruce Willis.
Yes, I am.
Is that right? What does he have that I don't, Lynn?
Well, lots of money. He's in movies. He's a great comedian.
Got the right answers, Lynn. Sure. Pick your first card, round 1 for us. If you would, Lynn, reach in there and pull it up. And let's see how you do. A -2. Just like I told Edna, that's a good time to get a minus card because you can't go off the board. You're going to stay right there. Nikki Contos is player 6 of Akron, Ohio. So, Nikki, are you going to buy a Porsche if you win or what?
It's tempting, but no.
It's tempting, but no. I thought you had the color and the interior all picked out and everything.
I've got it ready.
Okay,
Not yet,
Nikki.
though.
We do have a couple cars up there for you in our bonus squares. Choose your first card in round 1. And Nikki with a 2, so she's on the board with 2 squares and $200. And a screaming fan club, no less. Player 7 is Andrew Winters of Cincinnati, Ohio. And welcome to Ohio, Andy. You were just transferred here to Cincinnati about 5 months ago.
That's correct, about 5 months.
And where were you stationed before, Andrew?
In Fort Jackson, South Carolina.
Fort Jackson. Did anything this exciting happen to you before, Andrew?
Nothing. Not in South Carolina.
Well, Andrew, if you say, give me 50, it better be thousands of dollars, okay, that you might win, because I'm not very good at push-ups. We'll pull up your first card, Andrew, there in round 1. Andy, it's a -2. Where are all these minus cards coming from? Again, good time to get one, though, because you'll stay right there at square 1. We start round 2 now with Glenn again. Glenn, select. And Glenn with a 1. Move him up 1 square, $100. Over to Andy. Andy, your turn again. And a -2. Oh, and Andy, that takes you back to square 1 and out of our game, but you still go home with our thanks and $1,000. All right, Edna now. Edna, second round, your draw and select. And Edna with a 1. Going in a positive direction now. 1 square and $100 are on the board. Edna, over to Lynn again. Lynn, let's see if you can't get on the board. Oh, a -1, but you're okay. You can't fall off the board. Get rid of all these minus cards early. They may not be a factor later on. Okay, Nikki, your turn. And Nikki with a 1. 1 square and $100. Tied for lead now with Glenn. And Andrew, again, select in round 2. A 2 for you. 2 squares. Now you're on the board. $200. Over to Robin. Robin, a 2 the last time. Let's see what you can't do this time around. And 2 for Robin. We had 2 squares and $200. And that ends round 2. We begin round 3 with Edna. Edna, please select. And Edna with a 2. 2 squares and $200. See if we can't get everybody moving in the right direction. Lynn, your turn. Round 3. And a 3. So that's a great pull for you. And hey, Lynn, that's a bonus square. Here's Jim Pidcock to tell you what you could win.
In our first bonus square, a 1988 Chevrolet Cavalier Z24. This 2-door sport coupe comes equipped with automatic transmission, air conditioning, AM/FM radio, and cruise control. Made in Lordstown, it's a cash explosion value of more than $13,000.
All right, Lynn, a $13,000 Chevy Cavalier Z24 and early on in our game. So that makes the decision a little bit tougher.
I'm not going to.
What are you going to do, Lynn?
I'm going to go for the $50,000.
She's going to go all the way. Well, let's hope that's a good decision for her. She feels rather confident, I think. All right, Nikki, your turn in round 3. And pull up a card. 1 square and $100. And over to Andrew again. Andrew, select a 2. 2 squares and $200. To our first row again, and Robin. Okay, Robin had the lead. Let's see if you can't pad it a bit. Boy, she sure does with a 3. 3 squares and $300, and a 3 next time around would land her in the green for $50,000. Glenn, please choose a card. And Glenn with 2 squares and $200. Catch up to Robin, and that ends round 3. We'll be back with our race to the finish right after the 3-digit draw and Pick 4 games. Don't go away.
Ohio's getting wise to Howard Metzenbaum.
Let's put it this way. I have 2 girls, and those porno magazines showing young kids bare bones makes me sick. I understand the idea of freedom of speech, but I don't understand anyone being free to abuse children. We could stop all this nonsense, but senators like Howard Metzenbaum make it impossible. He votes against laws that could put child pornography out of business. I want to put Howard Metzenbaum out of business.
Still clinging to plastic wrap when reheating in the microwave? Cut-Right wax paper is easier to handle. It doesn't stick to itself or your dish like some plastic wraps. And Cut-Right doesn't allow too much steam to build up, like plastic wraps can. Cut-Right keeps your food moist and delicious, so when you reheat in the microwave, reach for Cut-Right wax paper. We make microwaving easier.
You never know what to expect from adopted children. After all, this one became president. And this one went far in education. And this adopted kid dove into world fame. Adopted children are just like other kids. They're kids with great expectations.
Good evening, everyone. It's time to pick winning lottery numbers in the number and pick 4 games. And here's tonight's winning number. We start with the number 6. And next, number 1. And a 7. So tonight's winning number is 617. If you match 617, straight or box, you're a winner. Now to pick 4. Number 8. 2. Number 4. And a 1. So tonight's pick 4 winner is 8241. All of tonight's drawings are certified by an assistant auditor representing Thomas E. Ferguson, Auditor of State. I'll be back in just a few minutes to select winning Super Lotto numbers and the winning kicker number. Now back to Paul and Sharon and more Cash Explosion.
Congratulations to the Ohio Lottery's Sales Agent of the Week, John Kochmar, owner of Dairy 224 in Lowellville. And if you'd like to be in our studio audience, just call 216-622-3200. Now let's go back to Sharon and Paul and more Cash Explosion.
Thanks, Jim. Now let's check our game board and see where our players stand. Well, Robin has a lead, and with a 3, she'll land in the green for $50,000. Then it's Glenn and Andrew and Nikki. Lynn and Edna and Andy went home with $1,000. Now, Lynn, you belong to a lottery club. What is that? You have secret passwords and that sort of thing?
No, we just play the lottery every week.
Some friends at work?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of co-workers.
And you want to say hello to them?
Yes, hello, everybody at McAlpin's.
Okay. Now, Lynn, if you remember, passed up a car to go on to the $50,000. Let's hope that's the right decision for you. Round 4, here we go. Select your first card, Lynn. And a 2. 2 squares and $200. To Nikki now, looking for a portion. You like photography?
Yes.
And what kind of photography? Nature photography?
Anything.
Anything, okay. To take a picture of a $50,000 bill, I'm sure, or yourself as the winner. All right, Nikki, let's see if you can march up that board now and select 2. 2 squares and $200. Andrew, I guess I should say you're the one who wants to march up the board there.
Right,
huh?
exactly.
Now, do they have TVs at the Officers Club or something like that they're going to be watching you on?
Oh, they're going to be watching.
Oh, they're going to be watching. Okay, great. Pick your card in round 4 for us, Andrew. And Andrew with a 2. 2 squares and $200. See, we got rid of a lot of those minus cards early on in the game, so we should just fly right up to the top of the board. At least Robin hopes so right now, because a 3 will put you in the green for $50,000. You nervous, Robin?
Very nervous.
You think it's in there for you?
I sure hope.
Okay, let's see. Select. Is it a 3? A 2. 2 squares and $200. Now, one will land her in the green. Okay, Glenn, now, you work at an auto body shop, is that right? Correct. I'm sure you have someone to say hello to, then?
All the guys at Joseph Chevrolet in Cincinnati.
Okay, there you go. All right, Glenn, select your card.